All right. Should be good now. Echo cancellation. Cool, 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 cool. Yo, what up? GM. So what I was saying is GM totally, Harry, Laces Out, Pitch Dark. Let's see, who else we got in the chat? Did I say I'm totally already? Yo, Screen, what's up? What's good, Law Dog? How's it going? And I was also saying that we've been seeing Pitch Dark in the voice chat a lot more lately this past week, and it's been really nice. It's been really nice because he's not like a complete degen like the rest of us. He's like this voice of reason. He has a lot of sense to him, and it's been nice having a little switch up. But yeah, happy Friday. Hope you're all doing well. I feel like it's been it's still kind of slow in terms of the market, but we've been doing some pretty good things. I think this week has been looking up for the most part. I know we have quite a few projects coming out. Let's see. I'll go ahead and share my screen. We'll hop into some things. Let's see. Yo, Edgar, what's up, my guy? Harry said that's why I stopped going in. Why'd you have to do my boy Pitch like that? That's messed up. So, oh, you know what? We should do the Flipstop Finance like Tagline does, right? We don't want to switch it up too much. So Tagline always hops on over to the Flipstop Finance. So we'll take a look at what we got here. So over the 24-hour floor change, we got Eden Horde and BYOP leading the pack. We got Alien Friends down here in number 13. Doodles, okay, I see you. World of Women only at 5%. World of Women, though, this is an interesting one that we're going to get to a little bit later on, because they do have a drop coming up this weekend for the World of Women Galaxy. I see Cool Pets up here holding steady at 1.5, 1.8. That's solid to see. I think a lot of people bought in like around 2 to 2.5. And obviously we know the reason why that dropped is because they couldn't get their game started. I don't think it's out yet still. Mutant Cats. Yo, who remembers Mutant Cats? Raise your hand. I thought this was a rug. How are they still at 0.2? Wait. Dang it. That's the wrong. Hold on. Let me share. Window. Here we go. Window. Does this work? If I put it on like this. Yes. Cool. No, it was sharing my screen instead of the window for some reason. So, anyways, I think everybody got the got the information, but I don't know how are Mutant Cats still alive? What are they doing over there? Eden Horde. Does anybody know about Eden Horde? I had an allow list randomly for Eden Horde, and I went ahead and minted them, and I still have one, but I should have sold when they were over an ETH. Right now they're 0.65. They're up a bit from yesterday. Not sure of the reason, but I have like a gold one of these. Like it has like a crown, like a gold crown. I've been trying to sell it for like 2 weeks. I keep dropping it and dropping it. Actually, hold on. Let's see if I can show it to you guys. Yeah, so this one is apparently, as you can see here, like rank 1014 out of 8800, and I've been trying to get rid of it, man. So if y'all know any Eden Horde maxis, yo, hit me up. Today's just gonna be kind of like chill. We're gonna go over some projects, go over some news, and maybe you guys can help me buy a couple things. I kind of want to do a little bit of either like floor picking or like maybe even floor sweeping, depending on the project. But I'm gonna need your guys' help. I have the multifold key pulled up here. That's because Parallel is doing their airdrop today. For those of you who completed the pack drop 3 set before the snapshot sometime last week, they have begun the multifold airdrop. Currently it's at 3.4, but there's been no sales. Okay, so now we're down to 1.9, and there still haven't been any sales on it. I think at the time of the airdrop, of the snapshot, let's see, I think the price, and Manga can help me with this, but I think the price of the pack drop 3 set was around 1.2, 1.3. So I would imagine that the key goes for, if anything, just slightly under that, right? Or maybe half, because if we check out Parallel Tools, let's go see how much the pack drop 3 is at the moment. Yeah, and let's give a little shout out to Tagline, by the way. Tagline's not feeling well since he got back from his trip, and that's why I'm here solo. So you got me today. Sorry for all of you who are here for Tagline, but yeah, Tagline is out. I hope he gets better soon. We need a well in the community, so we need him back. So pack drop 3 price right now is 1.12 essentially. So at the time of the snapshot, I think it was going for 1.8. So typically what we kind of see when anything like this happens, basically it kind of gets divided. So if that total cost was 1.8 and then now it's 1.12, maybe we see the multifold key go anywhere from like 0.6 to 0.7, I'm thinking. That's what people are probably going to be willing to let it go for, because for some reason they think they're coming out ahead whenever they do that, or they're trying to recover their costs. So I'm sure there will be some paper hands out there. I'm probably gonna try to snag one below an ETH. I'm gonna try to do that. So that's for the multi-fold key, which is right here. Again, that's being airdropped today. Another piece of information is that if you guys didn't see, Madonna is, or one of the latest celebs to get a new Bored Ape officially transferred. So she made an Instagram post, which is right here. She said, "I finally entered the metaverse, my very own ape. What should I name her? Thanks, MoonPay. We all need protection from Evil Eye." I don't know what that last part means. I don't know if any of you can clue me in on what that means, but we all need protection from Evil Eye. Not sure. It looks like a pretty dope ape though. It definitely looks like a Madonna type of ape. I could see how it fits her well. I think it looks pretty clean. The colors kind of vibe together. Not bad. And then on top of that, MoonPay also transferred Bored Ape number 1506 to Wiz Khalifa. So Wiz Khalifa is now, or they transferred it to a wallet, but then that wallet or that PFP of the ape ended up being Wiz Khalifa's new avatar. So we're assuming they transferred it to Wiz Khalifa. Or maybe he just right-click save and now he's trolling the whole community. I don't know. I think she's talking about the skin. If you know, you know. Okay, Law Dog. Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense. But how is it protection? I mean, whatever. I just didn't get it. So Wiz Khalifa is now rocking it. So we have a long list of celebrities now. And I saw somebody tweet it the other day, like all the celebrities and athletes that are a part of Bored Ape now. But welcome Wiz Khalifa to the gang. I think this one, they're both pretty clean, to be honest. I'm really impressed with the ones that were chosen for them. Yo, what's up, True Khan? What time is it there for you? 10? We got FP3 going on, by the way, True Khan, right now in Saudi Arabia. FP2, free practice 2. So F1's going on right now. But anyways, I think these two apes are pretty clean. If I had to pick one, I think I'm going to go with the cheetah ape. I need to get in that cheetah gang. Got the eye patch on there, looks super clean. Moving on to the next thing here. Let's see. So F-Render, right, has or had existing multiple projects out there, and his latest one that's coming up is his PFP collection, essentially his avatar collection, and that is going to be the F avatar, which is part of the encompassing LVICIDIA metaverse, essentially. It is a playable game. It's kind of like an alpha, or like maybe even, I don't know, somewhere in between like pre-alpha and beta type of situation. Schiller was actually streaming it the other day for like 30 minutes. So if you want to go check out the VOD on Schiller's channel, he got access to stream it. It looked good, but there wasn't any objective to it. So I don't know if he missed like some information or whatnot, but it was kind of like just walking around in this weird planet. I don't know. It didn't seem like there was a whole lot to do. But anyways, F-Render is coming out with the F avatars. These are out already. We are currently in yo, what's up, manga? What's a Schiller? It is a body of mass that consumes Wendy's and weed, essentially. But yeah, we're in phase 1 right now. We're in free claim. Started March 23rd, and then let's see, does phase 2 start on Saturday? Yeah, phase 2. Oh no, phase 2 starts today. Discounted mint. So if you held, and I don't remember all of the projects that made you eligible for the F avatars, but if you held those projects at the time of snapshot, essentially you got 1-to-1 free claim, and then starting today at 5 p.m. Eastern, you're going to be able to get a discounted mint for another F avatar if you if you so choose. And then the public mint is going to happen on Sunday. And redemption. So what does it mean by redemption? Because when you when you're minting this, you're not actually purchasing the avatar itself. You're purchasing basically like a mint pass, which is the essence. So let's see, I can probably just go back to my profile, and this is the essence here. So essence, this is a mint pass for an avatar, but there's gonna be, you know, similar to like POC and some other projects, there's always some gamification to this, some game theory to this. So essence, there's a theory that it's going to be used for something else later on as well, or maybe you can combine essences to be used for something. But if you burn an essence, if you can redeem an essence for an avatar. So these started out, when they came out, they're around 0.8. They've dropped down to right now 0.68. We can go ahead and check out the latest sales. Latest sales are anywhere from 0.6 to 0.66. And currently there's an offer standing for 0.67, which I never understand this. Like, the listing price is so close to what you're offering. Like, who does this? They're asking 21.25. They're offering 21.15. Like, just either just buy it or accept it. I don't understand how both of these things sit here for so long. Anyways, that's essence. That's for the F avatars. We can kind of see another market analysis tool, VCon tickets, by the way, if you have not got yours. This is for the VCon conference in Minneapolis, Minnesota from May 19th to the May 22nd. VCon tickets were airdropped to VFriends holders for free, I think 1-to-1. So they're currently at a floor price of a little bit over 2 ETH. And I think yesterday we seen them as low as maybe 1.6 or so. Let's see if I can open up. I thought this used to have the OpenSea link right on the page, but it's okay. I'll just go to the collection itself. So we got VCon tickets, 10,239 of them. Floor price again, 2.05. It's been slowly rising from roughly 1.8. And they're still selling, man. I mean, today we haven't seen a whole lot of sales. Today we've seen roughly looks about like 15 sales or so. I do plan to go to VCon. I'm not sure anybody else in the chat plan to go to VCon. Well, I see you there. I plan to go, but I don't know at what price I'm buying a ticket or how I'm going to acquire a ticket. This is, I'll put the link in the chat, but they have a huge lineup of speakers, including the legend himself, right, Gary V. But yeah, here's the list of speakers. They actually have a better graphic on their Instagram, I believe, probably even Twitter. The one that most people don't know of, or most degens don't know of, is actually permissionless, and permissionless is going to go right into VCon. So VCon starts on May 19th. Permissionless is in Palm Beach, Florida, and that's from May 17th to May 19th. So that's like 1 day of overlap. You can buy general admission or buy VIP tickets, but the way you get a VIP ticket for this year is actually they're coming out with a NFT collection of only 555 Permies, and what that gets you is a VIP ticket to Palm Beach this year, and then also a general access ticket to each and every year that they do this. So it's a lifetime ticket to permissionless. This mint is gonna happen in 4 days, by the way, and it's gonna be a 1.1 flat price. So 1.1 ETH. They look pretty cool, not gonna lie, but there's only 555 of them, so it's not gonna be like a crazy huge collection, but it does come, again, like I said, with the VIP experience this year. And then if you want to gain access to the pre-sale, which is just first come first serve, I'd imagine it's going to sell out in pre-sale. All you have to do is sign up for their newsletter down here, and then they're going to send you a link, a Google form link, for you to put the wallet address that you want to mint from. So if you guys are interested in going to permissionless this year, or if you think 1.1 ETH is a good buy and flip, I don't know if it will be. It's not financial advice, but that will happen in 4 days, and all you need to do is fill out the Google form. So people have amulets. They look like an eye to protect them from the evil eye. Oh, yo, I just learned something today. So an amulet, it looks like an eye, and they're there for protection from the evil eye. Got it. Mal de ojo. Yeah, like I know from a Hispanic culture, like I know evil eye, and I know like we perform like that ojo like ritual to get rid of like any evil eye that we may have got, but I didn't get it like in this case, like it's because I didn't know that there was a such thing as kind of like those good eyes, like the amulet. So that's good to know. Another project we have coming up this weekend is the World of Women Galaxy drop. So this one is definitely going to be pretty hype. We have a public sale happening Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific, which is going to be 4 p.m. Eastern. I think it's going to be Dutch auction, correct? And we don't know the starting price. Let's see. The public sale will be a Dutch auction. More info on the price of minting coming soon. So unless they announced it today, which I'm sure they will they'll probably announce it today if they haven't already. But there's gonna be someone said 2.4. Okay, I mean it sounds pretty reasonable, to be honest. 2.4, probably like 2.5 would have been a good starting point, maybe even 3. And then I would think that we'd either see action there or 2.5. But I don't think it drops too low, which is crazy because there's going to be 10,000 of them for public sale. And then there's going to be 20,000 in total, right? Because 1-to-1 for the World of Women current holders who get to claim theirs for free. And then the 10,000 for the public sale. So someone was comparing it to the cost of gutter juice at 0.9. Nah, there is no comparison. Like probably, oh, okay, nah. I'm not trying to get fudded on the timeline, so I won't say it. But yeah, I think that's a terrible comparison. What is this? Champions and Guardians, 1-of-1 NFTs that would be part of the WoW Galaxy collection. These artworks are individually drawn by EM and are not generated. 8 champions will be discovered by WoW holders, whereas the 8 guardians will be found during the public sale and allow list. Okay. I get it. I kind of was thinking like they're both the same thing, like a champion and guardian, but there's 2 different things. So 8 champions, 8 guardians. So champions are exclusively for the current WoW holders, and then 8 guardians will be for the public sale out of the 10,000 there. So if you meant WoW Galaxy, this is me hoping that you guys hit on a guardian. That would be pretty sick. I mean, hey, crazier things have happened in the server before. We've had Flex mint a mega mutant. This fool didn't even know what he had. Like, he was in the server, he's like, yo, check my mutant out, guys. It looks pretty weird, huh? And we're like, bro, you just minted a freaking mega mutant. I forgot how much he sold it for that night, but yeah, that was pretty nuts. Like, he didn't even know what he had. It was I think it was like the hazmat suit looking one. No, it wasn't the hazmat suit. It was the forest one, no? Like the tree, the wood one. And Tully says he sold it for 222 ETH. And I'm pretty sure this was like less than 24 hours after he minted it. It might have even, I don't even know. But he sold it pretty quick. And for 222 ETH, bro. Like, could you imagine? Yeah, it was a swamp one. It looked ugly as hell, but I mean, he sold it for 222 ETH, so GG's to that, man. Sheesh. Yeah, so World of Women Galaxy, put this on your calendars. Oh, 22,222 total. So they're kind of doing the fam list concept, right, that we've seen some projects do. So they've set aside roughly like an additional 10%, so plus 10% for a fam list. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, Reddit posted a job listing for a senior backend engineer for an NFT platform. So I'm looking at you, Q Dog. they're calling you senior backend engineer to build out an NFT platform. So as we all know, Reddit's pretty huge. I personally never use Reddit. Like, I've downloaded the app and deleted it multiple times. I've tried it. I don't like it. I'm not really one to like post in a discussion board format. I don't really enjoy it. I feel like it's so hard to find. In the comments, it's hard to sort through the information. Even though there's upvoting, downvoting, like I feel like it's just like just the header part and then that original post, and that's pretty much all I like to read. I don't like to go down and scroll through the comments and stuff. So Law Dog, so ridiculous and awesome at the same time, winning a lotto ticket and not even knowing. Yeah, this dude was just like, oh, that reminds me of lotto ticket. Jiroki in the server, he just got the airdrop of the core meta hero. So I don't know how many mint passes he had and stuff, but he rolled a freaking meta hero. I mean, a core meta hero yesterday. And that was also pretty ridiculous. And then as we all know as well, yesterday broke the news that the ruggg collection of Frosties that made over $1 million from their mint. And then ruggg, the community, right? ruggg, the project, they were actually arrested. And I think they're going to get like, I think somebody said 20 years or something like that. Oh, okay. A maximum sentence of 20 years in prison for rugging. And, well, essentially, I think they're even trying to charge them with money laundering because they had tried to manipulate the funds, essentially, like sending it to multiple wallets, running it through Tornado Cash, and then but the dummies like sent it after Tornado Cash, then they sent it back to Coinbase, which they were already like KYC'd on, and then they withdrew it from there. So there was a bunch of mistakes. Like there was a bunch of like Discord messages, screenshots taken, like, hey, we never planned to it was a DM with the mod like, hey, we never planned to support the project. Sorry for your trouble, sorry for the heat you're gonna take. I would suggest making a new Discord because the community's gonna come after you, and here's a little bit of ETH to help you because we really care about you. We're crappy people, but here's a little bit of ETH to take care of you, and we're out, we're gone. But this is interesting, and I think it sets like a good precedent going forward. Hopefully this deters people who are thinking of having this idea about like rugging a huge project, or like huge in terms of the total ETH that they gain, right, from the mint. Because yeah, this is real stuff. This guy Ethan and Andre, money laundering and wire fraud. So yeah, tough for those guys, but it's honestly good to see that people are not going to be able to get away with this. Just like straight up rugging from all the things that they said they were going to do, like metaverse, blah, blah, blah. So it's good to see the DOJ get involved. I saw this earlier. So if you guys remember the Creeps project, I don't know if this is somebody trying to generate interest in it. You know, they could have bought it from another wallet from themselves, but 29 creeps were purchased for 86 ETH. Law Dog said, I was watching Embers 2. I had no idea it was the same people. I clearly didn't DYOR. So to be honest, I didn't really hear of Frosties and I didn't hear of Embers, but from what I've read about it, the reason Law Dog brought it up is because those same creators, Andre and Ethan, I think, they were basically coming back to do it again, and they set up everything pretty much the same way, and they were going to rug people a second time. Like, that's, yeah, I mean, you got to be pretty dumb or stupid to do it the way they did the first time, and then you got to be just an absolute like idiot to come back and do it a second time, and incredibly greedy. Like, bro, you made a bag, you didn't even do it the right way, and they came back to try to do it again. So that's tough looks. But yeah, 86 ETH sweep on creeps. I think the hype died down around these for a bit, but there's still the people who are in this project are super passionate about it, as they should be. But I thought this was a pretty huge buy, pretty interesting to see. A couple projects I guess that I'd have coming up is, let's see. And this isn't necessarily like for flipping and whatnot, but I'm gonna show them to you guys anyways, because that's what we're here for. So if you haven't already, something is brewing.xyz. So if you've been out for like maybe a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3, and you didn't know, Yuga Labs has acquired CryptoPunks and Meebits. They've released the IP to the owners, and that's all housed underneath Yuga Labs. And Yuga Labs has now partnered with Animoca Brands to come out with a metaverse called, or so far called, The Other Side. And they've released a few trailers for it. And right now, we don't really know exactly what we're signing up for, like what perks or benefits are going to come along with it. But Yuga Labs and Animoca have asked us to, and you don't have to have a Bored Ape, you don't have to have a mutant, a dog, a punk, a Meebit. This is open to the public. So you're going to sign up here. It does require KYC. So if that bugs you, it's probably not going to be for you, because there's no other way around it. You have to do it. They were having issues verifying people's IDs and passports. So they've extended the deadline to April 1st. So you have to do this by April 1st. And if you're having issues, the best way to resolve it is not to contact the BlockPass support, which is who they're doing the verification through. The best way to get support for that is to go into the Bored Apes Discord and open a support ticket and let them know what issue you're having. That'll get it solved a lot faster. And if you didn't know about this, you probably didn't know about ApeCoin. ApeCoin also released, what was it? Was it just this week? No shot. It had to be last week. I'm losing track of time. Anyways, ApeCoin came out. I think we're sitting at about 13 or 12, a little under $13 at the moment. Yeah, 12.75 it looks like. 12.60. Yo, we're going to zero. We're going to zero. ApeCoin came out, which is a governance token for the ApeCoin DAO. You can learn more about it at apecoin.com, which actually brings me to another point, is that there have been an insane amount of people getting fished, like scammed out of their apes, because these profiles on Twitter, they're verified profiles that were purchased from somebody, from a scammer, by a scammer, and then they throw a Bored Ape photo on it, and they literally says like co-founder of Yuga Labs or co-founder of Bored Apes, and like red flags everywhere, like alert, alert, alert. And these people who own apes are still clicking on their tweet, still clicking on the hyperlink that says like ape-coin dot blah blah blah, and it's complete like bullcrap. And they click on it, they connect their wallet, and then they sign something, and essentially they lose their apes. And it's happened to multiple people over the last week. And I think somebody lost theirs for like 30 ETH or something like that, and then it got insta flipped for like 110. But yeah, I've been seeing that a lot. It sucks, but I can't believe that people fall for that, to be honest. So that's like your quick little update regarding Bored Apes. Join Circle is one that I wanted to show you guys. Join Circle, not if you hate Discord, but if you hate the way we use Discord for NFT projects, and like you can't stay updated, you can't find the right information that you're wanting, you hate that you have to sign up with another account and like email, password for Discord, Join Circle is trying to provide us a solution. They're trying to be like a Web3 social media app like Discord, or communication app like Discord, but built for NFTs. The only way to kind of get onto the allow list so far is through Twitter interaction. And I'll go ahead and put this in the chat as well. But it's join circle XYZ. And this is the solution that they're trying to provide. So you can see this tweet that they have here: reimagine interface, portfolio tracking, wallet integration. Trying to provide a better way for you to get the right information when you need it. And I don't know, I think they have a couple more sneak peeks on their Twitter somewhere. But yeah, so that's one that I'm keeping my eye on, just because I like to try out tools and I like to be early in that sense. I mean, you do need to be safe whenever there's a new app or tool coming out. You kind of want to maybe not use your main wallet or your hot wallet in this situation. But that gets me excited that people are trying to provide a better solution going forward in Web 3. I'm trying to find the the founder of it. I'm surprised he just doesn't have it in the bio, but the founder is pretty big himself. Anyways, we'll go on to the next one. The next one that I wanted to show you guys was Moonbirds. Now this one, I do have to disclose that I will be getting, because I'm a Proof Collective owner, I will be getting 2 Moonbird claims for free. And what a Proof Collective is, just so that way you guys know, it's a collection of 1,000 passes for, whoa, when did we go to 55? Yo, banger. Yo, can we get some bangers in the chat? What the, this had to moon over the last, oh my goodness, in the last 4 days, 3 days, we were just at 33 ETH, and now the floor is 55. What? I had no clue. I had no clue. Anyways, this is a huge, well, it's a 1,000 collection of like huge art collectors, and also a little bit of degen spread in there, but mainly these guys are focusing on like NFT art, NFT photography, NFT whatever. Like they're more about yeah, just supporting the artists out there, big and small. But there are some degens in there, and they're coming out. So if obviously not everybody can go out and buy a 55 ETH Proof Collective pass, but they're gonna kind of do like a mini tier, like a mini membership tier of Proof Collective via Moonbirds. So Moonbirds is gonna be like Proof Collective Mini, right? Like Proof Collective Junior, and it's gonna be 10K Moonbirds. But I have some information for you guys, and I don't think it's gonna be taken that well, but Moonbirds are gonna be starting a Dutch auction at 2.5 Ethereum and going all the way down to 0.1. But with that being said, before you FUD, because I definitely don't recommend buying at 2.5. Again, disclosure, like I have a Proof Collective, I will get 2 Moonbirds for free, but I also plan to buy even more Moonbirds, but I'm not buying it at 2.5 ETH. I would probably buy potentially at an ETH or so, but there's no shot. There's no way I'm buying this at 2.5 ETH. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. The Proof Collective, if you weren't there for that mint, that one started at 5 ETH or 5 or 6, and then it was going all the way down to, I forgot what the bottom price was, but it got to 1.25 or 1 ETH. Maybe a few people got it at 1 ETH, because as soon as the timer ticked down for it to go to 1 ETH, it was just instantly gone. Like everybody full sent it at 1 ETH. And that, I tried to get my Proof Collective at 1 ETH. I missed on the mint. It didn't go through. People outgassed me. But then I ended up buying one on secondary for 1.6 ETH. And then so I bought this for 1.6 ETH. Anyways, yeah, this is the official Proof XYZ PFP. Here's a little message from the Chief Operating Officer, Kevin Rose. He says, and it's a little dig at Bored Apes, but also like in a respectful way. Hey, like Bored Apes has been such a powerful phenomenon and inspiration. Their ongoing evolution and PFP rewards are brilliant. He's talking about the dogs, the serums, the ape coin. That said, we're designing Moonbirds differently. We want to provide the lion's share of rewards weighted towards the long-term holders. We see a future where utility and benefits unlock with your diamond hands, which you're going to get, I guess, some type of like wings for. For example, if you held a Bored Ape since day one, you should have been rewarded with more ape. Not the same as someone who just purchased the night before, or even the day of in some cases, right? With the launch of Moonbirds, we'll provide a nesting mechanic. Get it? Nesting? It's simple. The longer you nest, the higher status you accrue, and this will roll into everything we build in the future. True benefits that extend into everything Proof creates. So essentially, yeah, they're trying to reward diamond handers more than the people who just got in with Moonbirds. So if you do plan to go for Moonbirds, don't wait too long. I mean, you know, a week, 2 weeks, not going to make a difference, but potentially maybe like a month or 2 months will make a slight difference. Not in the extreme long term. That's just a blip, but that's something to be aware of. Let's see. What else is it? What else about Moonbirds? Anything? I mean, here's a little simple merch thing that they have coming out. I assume that you're just going to be able to claim this off the rip because they have the entire supply already made for this, like with the caps and stuff. What else? So that was Circle, Animoca Brands, or the other side, and then Moonbirds. I feel like there was another one, but I can't remember it besides just the World of Women Galaxy. Oh, and I also wanted to share this with you guys because I think most of us saw the tweets last week about a few select slides from the pitch deck from Yuga, but this tweet contains the entire deck, and I'm talking about the entire deck. Like, look at this. I'm 28 tweets deep already, and it's still going. So this dude, I mean, it's the whole thing. Let's see. Just out of curiosity, I wonder how long this goes. I'm sorry I'm doing this. I just have to, for my own sake. For my own sake, I have to figure out how long this thing is. No shot it's like 200 slides, right? Because I'm not going to sit here. Okay, 90 slides. 90 slide pitch deck from Yuga Labs or whoever puts together their stuff, right? This is probably not done by Yuga themselves. This was probably done by A16Z, like in Andreessen Horowitz. But damn. Imagine sitting there and doing that. Did they really present Bake as a typo? Probably. I mean, it probably got through. Again, like, I don't think this was done by Yuga Labs. Garga and them were saying that they never even really seen the deck. Like, they didn't even get to approve it. So, I mean, if we trust them, if we say that they were telling the truth, then I could see how that gets by. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys in case you ever wanted to read a 90-page tweet or deck. Okay, so like I said, what I wanted to do is I kind of felt like picking up some more women-based projects, and I need your help kind of deciding which one. And I kind of take you guys through the process of what I do when I'm looking for like a good buy on something. So I don't know. There's Fame Lady Squads. There's Women in Weapons, and I'm looking for something probably like under an ETH or an ETH and a half. What else is there? There's like Boss Beauties and anything else. Wait, what are long neck ladies doing these days? Is my fresh drops activated? I think it is. Yeah, we're good to go. We're good to go. Cheetahs, I'm talking about women. So for those of you who don't know, if you're late to the party, Fame Lady Squad was a part of a collection, a ring of essentially scams back then that were uncovered to be done by Russian men developers. So they released like probably 5+ projects where their entire website was all about women-led team, all women team, women, 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 women. And then people noticed a pattern in their contracts and the website development and the way that they talked on Twitter and everything that they were doing, and they weren't really doxing themselves at all. Like not just a little, like they weren't doing anything. I think at one point people were starting to question that, and then they started having, I guess they hired women to do a little bit of like public speaking to make it seem a little bit more legit, but then it was completely uncovered that it was a string of projects done by Russian men. And so Fame Lady got caught up in that. And this was like, I think Fame Lady was literally, as far as I know from the past year, right, from February of last year, it was the first all-female generative avatar collection. So a lot of projects try to claim that, but the one that I know of, the earliest one, was Fame Lady Squad. So that kind of gives them a leg up, or you would think, but actually, as you can see, their floor is, or what had happened was, after the scandal, the project got transferred to Board Becky and NFT Ignition. Those two wonderful ladies, and now they're leading the project, and they've been doing some pretty great stuff. But the floor, unfortunately, has remained pretty stagnant over like months and months. As you can see here, like we're going all the way back to early January, even into last year, like November, December, and we've always been at about an average of 0.13 to 0.16. So it's kind of a strange project in that sense, because there's still volume here, but the floor price is never rising. So they've taken this, and the story that they've kind of built behind this is that rising from the ashes, I believe. So they changed some of the tattoos on the Fame Lady squads that could have been mistaken for some maybe radical ideas that were not very politically correct. So what they did with those tattoos is that they redid the art, and then they replaced the tattoo with the phoenix, I believe. So the phoenix, again, rising from the ashes because of the scandal. And there's a couple more things about this project, but I will say, because of the connections of the community who's in this and the founders, their allow list opportunities that you get from Fame Lady Squad, and I own some technically, but actually all the ones that I own are kind of spoken for some women in my life, like my cousins and sisters and stuff like that. So I don't even think I have one personally. They're in my wallet, but they're not necessarily mine. But what I've noticed from the Fame Lady Squad is that their allow list opportunities are insane. Like, some of the projects that they've gotten you into have been multiple X versus just from a Fame Lady Squad. Like, you probably could have made at this point well over 15 to 20 ETH just from the allow list that Fame Lady Squad has gotten you into. So that's pretty low key, to be honest. The thing is, it's like they don't do it based off of like how many Fame Lady Squads you have or anything like that. So don't like well into this if you do think about picking one up. But all you need is one, because they just do it by Discord account and using pre-mint now. Oh, that's the other collection I wanted to show. Project coming up was the pre-mint one. But anyways, you guys haven't suggested like a women project to buy into. So I pulled up a few, like Women in Weapons, Boss Beauties 1.6, and then all the way down to Fame Lady Squad 0.155. Long Neck Ladies, Hauled and Strong 0.4. So this was the one by the artist, 13-year-old artist Nyla. This one had a crazy pump one day. Let's see, last year. Yeah, these reached almost like an ETH or something. That I remember that night that these pumped. But yeah, these are different because look at the aspect ratio, right? We're typically used to seeing like a square or something like that. These, again, long neck ladies, the aspect ratio of these were more like a widescreen. So they're unique in that sense. And then plus the story of the 13-year-old artist. I like all of these collections. To be honest, I wasn't a huge supporter of Boss Beauties to begin with, and not, I mean, even until recently. But apparently this collection has a lot of pull because the things that they've been able to do, like they have Boss Beauties going up, being printed and hung at the United Nations. Like that's quite the accomplishment. And then I just heard this week or last week, they're going to be storing the provenance or like the entire records of Boss Beauties in the world's like seed preservatory or something like that. You know, the thing over there like in Iceland or whatever, where they have like pending a world catastrophe, everything in there will be safe. Like that's where they're going to store the information for Boss Beauties, which is nuts. And Totally said, "Rip, I've had one for a long time, but never joined the Discord." He's talking about Fame Lady Squad. So yeah, that's a fat L. Because like I said, those allow lists they got some bangers in there. But yeah, yo, suggest to me a project so I can buy something. I feel like y'all need to help me buy something. I want to go through the process. So if, for example, let's say World Women in Weapons. All right. So sometimes I'll just start out here and I'll check the floor price, and then I'll check kind of like the activity to see the volume over the last few days. So I'll go like maybe last 30 days, check out volume. And then I'll go ahead and check out the floor just to see if anything stands out. So I'll go to buy now, obviously default low to high. And then I see these rankings here because of fresh drops. I see these rankings. 9,800, I see a 3K there. So, I mean, I'm a little interested. I say, okay, some people are willing to paper hand some rare ones. I see a 1744 rank for pretty much near the floor. I might go ahead and open up that tab. I won't go too much further than this because at that point, it's just better for me to go straight to the fresh drop site. And what I'll do is, okay, floor price is 0.3. I'm willing to pay maybe 2.5x, whatever that is. So I'm going to say 0.75 then, or 0.75. And then buy now. Have you heard of NFA for chicks? I have not. No shot that's an actual thing, right? NFA for chicks. No shot, it's these. Don't tell me it's these. Is this by the OG collection, though? Or nah? I feel like I'm getting trolled. I think I'm getting trolled. Yo, back to Women in Weapons. So, again, so the floor is 0.3. So I'm going to put my buy price at like 0.75 just to see what that gets me. Does that get me inside the top 10%? Does that get me inside the top 5%? Because for me personally, I love getting a sweet deal on a top 10% because I'm not one that's going to extremely overpay for a top 10% for like a rare. But if it's near the floor, a little bit above, like especially going into volume or a lot of support, then for me, I feel like that's a good deal. So right off the rip here, I see number 841 for 0.45, which is like what, 0.1, a little bit over the floor for a top 10%. I see this one going for 0.5, this one 0.45. And so I just kind of get a feel, okay, like what does this get me up into? What is Fresh Drops? That's a great question. So like Fresh Drops is an NFT itself, but it gives you access to their platform and their extension, their web extension, which allows you to essentially rarity snipe, right? So like Fresh Drops is one of the absolute fastest tools out there to, as soon as a project is revealed, all the metadata, and you see it happening live. Like you see this bar here, it says 10,000 out of 10,000 imported. This is constantly checking when a project is revealing, and you see this bar progress over time, and that's importing all the metadata and the rarity calculations for a project as soon as it's revealed. So and on top of that, so they have this page, where this dashboard where you can put in filters, you can look for certain traits. Let's say that I want I don't know, I'm not familiar with the traits here, to be honest, but let's just say I'm looking for these top 4 hairs. I can select these, and then also these guys are going to have filters that OpenSea and LVICIDIA don't have. So for example, the number of traits, you'll never find this on OpenSea. You'll never, actually I can't speak for LVICIDIA, but on OpenSea, they don't have this. Or for example, on Coolmans, does OpenSea, hold on. One second. I'm trying to explain what Fresh Drops is, but does OpenSea have the world filter, the no world filter? I don't think they do. So this is another example where Fresh Drops, you can basically extract a lot of alpha from Fresh Drops immediately after reveal, because the marketplaces are going to have these 3 filters, right, for world. And then, but here Fresh Drops give you the one for none. So if you were curious enough, or if you had the alpha, you would have already known that no world is pretty much like special or really rare, and you could have used Fresh Drops to snipe those. So that's just another example of what Fresh Drops can do. Also from here, they have a sniper you can see in the top left. If I say, let's pretend Women and Weapons just came out, or there's a lot of volume happening and I want to get in, I can say my max price that I want to snipe something for is like 0.45, and then I want to be in the top 10%, which is in a 10K collection, 1,000. And then minimum imported, a lot of people get confused on this. All this means is how much of the collection is imported and aggregated, like to calculate that rarity. So if there's only 2,500 imported, then you would say, or if you want there to be at least 25% imported, you would put 25% in here. So that means you're willing to snipe something that only has 2,500 out, or at least 2,500 out of 10,000 imported. And then once I turn this enabled on, as the listings come through, if anything meets this criteria, which is in the top 10%, 0.45 listing price, it's going to automatically send that transaction to my wallet for then me to approve within seconds. And then if I want to go a step further, why is this red? I don't know why this is red. Oh, because I didn't put anything in here. So it shows me the default gas price at the moment, like the market gas price. What I typically come in and do is like 2.5 priority fee, and then the max fee, really whatever. But I'm gonna go like at least double or triple whatever the market gas price is. So let's say 250. And as soon as I enable this and a listing comes through and meets this criteria, when it comes over here to my wallet, I don't have to go in there and manually change my gas settings. It's going to import these gas settings into my wallet, so that way all I have to do is hit sign. One question that some people may ask themselves is like, okay, what if somebody does the listing trick to where they list for, let's say 0.2, but then they cancel it in the same block and they list it for 2. So like if you had more than 2 ETH in your wallet and you hit sign, would you be buying it for 2 ETH? But Fresh Drops has purchase protection to where if it brought up a listing for 0.2, it's only going to send it to your wallet if it's confirmed for 0.2. So like they have that buyer protection that's going to keep you safe and not paying or not getting affected by that little not even glitch, just that like scam. But yeah, that is 0.445. It's really down, actually. I don't know why, because it's like one of the best tools that I use. I think people were buying this for like 1.5, even almost up to 2 ETH. But that's all good, because even if you bought at 1.5 ETH, to be honest, and this is not financial advice, but back then, if you bought this for 1.5 and actually used it, you've probably already made your money back like multiple times. So yeah, shout out Fresh Drops. I mean, I've had nothing but good experience with the team. I've owned, I think, at most like 2 or 3 of these at a time. I'm down to 1, as it says here. But I've made my money back in much more. Okay, so back to what, women and weapons. And just to shout out the Fresh Drops team, I've made multiple like suggestions and improvements to the tool, and they've implemented all of them. They're like, hey, that's a great idea, we'll have it done like the next release. So something that they've done is having the traits like this box come up, because at first all they had was you can only filter by traits by clicking on an item first and then filtering to a trait. So I said, hey, like, you're already able to do that from an individual item. Why not have the aggregate list of things, so that way we can filter from? Or actually, then they actually had the list, but you couldn't filter, you couldn't select it. So I told them to make that selectable. They did that. I told them to have these X's for these individual filters, because at early on they only had like one X, one clear filter, and that would clear everything. So like, you set up your list of traits to filter, and then whenever you wanted to like clear out maybe your min max here, whenever you hit X, it would clear out everything. So then they made individual clear filters. The other improvement I suggested to them was having a collection, like a hyperlink, a shortcut to the Fresh Drops collection on the OpenSea page, and they implemented that. So that was pretty cool too. Great customer support, Manga says. Hunter says, people probably not minting sniping as much anymore, and it ends in 2022. Still not a bad deal though. Yeah, because the access, supposedly, all we know thus far is that it will end in 2022 with the Fresh Drop access. But if you own this pass in 2022, 2021 to 22, you will get a significant discount for the next access pass. But, you know, things can change, details change, so we'll see. Pitch Dark says, Trait Sniper has a similar free tool, but I don't know how it compares to Fresh Drops. I've used Trait Sniper as just a rarity checker. I have never used any other features that they may have outside of that. Manga says, I had problems with it loading, and the team went on one Discord with me until they fixed it. Yo, that is tier 1 customer support. Manga said, no other team has done that. I believe it. Absolutely believe it. So back to trying to buy one of these. I was actually thinking about buying one of these for my sister anyways. User error. What are we thinking? I'll just show y'all like my whole process, like what I go through, because I do want it to look nice as well, not necessarily resemble my sister, but something that just looks aesthetically pleasing, but also like for a good value. So obviously this is number 841 up here, and it's for 0.45, which is about 0.12 above the floor. But for me, this one doesn't really do it for me aesthetically, right? Like, I not really digging the hair and the skin combo, like individually maybe, but together not working for me. So that's okay. Like, I don't have to go up and get the rarest one. I like the look of this one. Like, this one I feel goes together really, really well. But it's 0.65, not really a great deal. But if they have it listed, maybe they're willing to let it go for less, so I could throw an offer out there. Same thing with this one. This one looks kind of like aesthetically put together. I like the look of this one for sure. But I don't really see like any absolute bangers, like deals. and which is okay. Like sometimes that's gonna happen. Like maybe you have to put it up to more money to find like another good deal. But I don't really see anything coming up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take a look at these three. So we're dealing with rank 1218 all the way down to 1751, and that's anywhere from 0.5 to 0.65. So then the next thing that I would do is I'll go ahead and go to listings and sales, and I'll see like 2 days ago this person bought it for 0.4. So this person is trying to flip it, so they actually got a deal here, I would say, because it's 0.4, I mean like 0.08 above the floor, and it's a 1218 rank. So that's the deal that I was looking for. But what this tells me is that they're pretty much a dirty little flipper, right? Like, shout out them, totally dirty little flipper. So I'm definitely not gonna give this person my money like straight up like 0.65. But what I could do is I could kind of like troll here and throw like a little offer out. Really, if I had more WETH aside, if I was really trying to buy this, I would probably start off my offer at the same price that he bought it at. So maybe like 0.39, 0.4, because he's trying to flip it within 2 days. Obviously not a long-term holder. May be feeling some buyer's remorse. And so I'll go ahead and say that, hey, I'll give you your money back at least. But I'm just going to throw in that troll offer. There's already offers above that. Verified flipper. Yo, major flipper, Hunter. Major flipper. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing here. Sales and listings. And the reason I do this is because I want to know, did they mint this or did they buy it? If they bought it, how long ago did they buy it? And then the listings tells me the sell pressure on their side. Did they start out at 3 ETH and now they're all the way down to 0.6? Did they start out 0.7, 0.68, 0.65, 0.63? Like, you know, it tells me a lot about the seller. You know, have they been listing for multiple days? Do they list for a long period of time? And so all that stuff goes into consideration for me. And I'm not sure how you guys approach this, but that's the point. Like, I just want to show you guys what I do and what I look for. So taking this as an example, they're not an early supporter. They bought this one 24 days ago for 0.35. They listed it for 1 ETH 2 days ago, and then now they dropped it all the way in half. So essentially this person doesn't really know what they're doing, or they're getting really scared for the collection. So 0.5 is not a whole lot more than they bought this one at 0.35. So I feel like this person would definitely paper hand this item. This is one that I'd be interested in like putting an actual offer on. Maybe like, again, giving them the money back maybe. Or I would actually do, because this one seems like a paper handed little flipper, I would actually maybe even offer a little less. So like 0.3. We can actually go ahead and do that. So I'll start off the process kind of like, you don't have WETH. Maybe you've never made an offer in your life. I don't know how veteran you guys are. But as you can see, I only have 0.5. So I need more, and just assume that it was 0, right? So I would come over here to convert ETH. It's going to ask you to select, to approve the conversion. And then you're going to type in like how much you want. So I'm going to put in for an extra 0.15. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm up here in my wallet putting for like fast gas to convert the extra 0.15. So this is going to be using Uniswap, by the way, on the back end. You could also just convert within MetaMask itself. I just handle all my stuff through OpenSea, which is probably bad. Like, I should probably be using LooksRare. But anyways, so I have my 0.15 wrapped to WETH now. So I can go ahead and throw out this 0.3 offer. But this is another thing. If I feel like there's not a good chance of the person accepting it, I'm gonna go ahead and give them 3 days to think about it. But when I feel like they're about to paper hand this thing for, you know, for whatever, like even a loss, I'm gonna put the pressure on them and I'm gonna select a 1 day. And then I'm even gonna switch that, like sometimes I even switch this to be like earlier in the morning. So I'll switch this to AM. A lot of people don't know that you can do that as well. So I'm gonna give them until 10 o'clock tomorrow to take this offer, which is less than what they paid for it. So that's how I do it. That's one example. We'll go ahead and take a look at this last example. Yeah, like Pitch Dark says sometimes, yo, Pitch Dark plays hardball. He says, I hit custom date and give him 12 hours. Yo, if you ever made me an offer for 12 hours, I'm not even gonna consider it. I just think you're like myself, like that's me, because I also do that. But when people do that to me, I'm not even considering it, to be honest, because I'm like, damn, that's messed up. Anyways, you can see how many, like if you didn't have the listings filter, you would have no context about what kind of seller this person is. He last bought it for 0.133 5 months ago. So this was definitely like an OG person. But look how many times he's listed it from the very first month that he got it. And it's sporadic. It's everywhere. 1 ETH, 0.25, 1.18, 0.8, 0.42, 0.66. Like, and this was as recent as 2 days ago. So we might, what did he buy it for? He bought it for 0.13. So even if we offered the floor price, which is like 0.31, he would be getting a 2x. I mean, he may not be mad at that. So, I mean, I don't know. This one's not that great of a rank, but it is in the top 20%. Maybe we just do double what he paid. So he paid 0.13. Maybe I'll give him a little bit extra. Maybe I'll make him a little offer of 0.27. 1 day is fine for me. Again, maybe I'll just give this guy till noon tomorrow. So the collection floor is 0.31. I gave him a little bit under that. We'll see what happens. So if we come over here to my hot profile, I can go to my offers made and I can see the stuff that's outstanding. So I have a few offers on the Metacrew out there, Fame Ladies already, and then now these 3 women in weapons. Just because I brought it up, for those of you who have not used LooksRare in a long time, they have now integrated the rarity rankings from Rarity Sniper. So if you just go here on buy now, you will see without any tool, without any add-on, no fresh drops, no nothing. It's already built into the application, to the marketplace itself. I don't think that there's a filter over here for it, but it is kind of like overlaid on top of these items, and that's completely free. So you can see like rank 24, 25 here. Although the floor jumps up quite quickly here because the supply that's listed over here is not as much as listed on OpenSea. But just wanted to shout that out just in case you guys didn't know. They do have the rarity integrated into OpenSea. So was this MF for Chicks a troll or not? Because do I need to buy or what? Oh, 2 more things as we probably come to closing up the stream is I saw these moving like crazy the other day. I don't know if you guys minted these average creatures or not, but these were up to like 0.07 or something, and there was like a buy every 1 minute. And I think the rumor was that Gary V, I mean, it's all, if a project doesn't have a Gary V rumor, it's not for me, like, because they're not big enough to have that Gary V rumor. But this one, I believe, pumped because there was a rumor that Gary V and his friends and his Discord were all about to whale in, all about to jump in. So this moved from like 0.03, 0.04 all the way to like 0.08, I think. I don't know if you guys have seen these, but this looks like, okay, if Manga had an art project. This would be Manga's creations. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about these. These look like something out of your nightmares, but like they're super friendly. I don't know if you guys have these. I just wanted to bring this up because I saw this happening, and I'm glad like you could easily. I bring that story up because you could FOMO into buying the average creature when they were moving like multiple per minute, like all the way 0.07, 0.08. You're like, damn, these guys already made 2-3x, and like I need to hop on the train, and you can feel that FOMO. And if you would have bought in, now you would have lost like over 50%. So what I'm trying to say is, don't ever buy anything off of Gary V rumor. It's different when it's a confirmed Gary V purchase or sweep. It still doesn't mean you should do it, but that is much different than a Gary V rumor. Please do not ever buy something off of the basis of just a celebrity or influencer rumor pump, because that just always ends up bad. The only thing that you should do in that scenario is hope that you already had the collection, and then please sell the news of that, sell the rumor, because I mean, yeah, if you would have done that here, like that would have given you exit liquidity of that 0.08 versus right now, you know, you're getting back down to 0.03. People lost their arse on Murray's. Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't buy anything day one of reveal. I wait for things to chill, unless it's a huge snipe. Like I'm talking top 10% for basically the floor, a little bit above. But other than that, I'm not going up and grabbing rarities and paying like the high value for them. I'm not even paying floor price for a floor Murray or any collection that comes out, because on that first day or two, because it's mainly generated by a lot of hype. They can turn out to be good projects. I'm still in Murray. I think it's still going to be like a pretty decent project. But would I have told people to buy at 1.1? Hell no. Like I would have said nope, like we'll let the hype die, wait it out. And now if you would have just waited, you could have saved yourself 0.5, and you could almost have a 2-for-1 if you want, or just buy one for a huge discount. I think these also got fudded because of some of the technicalities of the art. Like the gun here, it's not necessarily resting on her shoulder, it's like resting behind her shoulder, and like if you try to do that right now, that's kind of inconvenient and almost impossible. The way that they're holding some of the pistols or something like that. Anyways, it's getting fudded on the art, which I think is pretty funny. Because almost with every single project that's out there, you can talk about, hey, like that's not physically possible, or that's doesn't make any literal sense. And there's always going to be projects like that where some of the layerings are maybe a little scuffed, or maybe there's some bleeding. Maybe the edges aren't so refined, but anyways, I think it's funny for a project to be picked on about that. Sure, should projects take as much time as they can to do like a lot of quality control on the PFPs? Absolutely. But some stuff is just not, like the way she's holding the pistol. I don't care. I literally don't care. It's because this is just a representative of what the NFT could be. Because some projects are saying like, hey, this is a 2D avatar, like, right, this is the preview for it, but we actually have these 3D models built out across Sandbox, Decentraland, what's the VR one, Somnium Space. Like, that's what's cool to me, not this preview of the PFP. Anyways, that's just a short little rant, but like Pitch Dark said, like, hey, it almost hit 2. If you would have bought into the hype, into the FOMO, you would be down bad. Yeah, so I think if you guys have any like questions, like educational or tech questions, let me know, because I think we're gonna be pretty close to like shutting it down here. But I want to just go over one project that I missed in the beginning. Bro. Here we go. So pre-mint, if you guys have been in the game for a little bit, even recently in the last month, you would have probably used pre-mint at some point. What this tool does is it's an aggregator of APIs, essentially. Allows a upcoming collection, and a potential consumer to validate that, hey, they're a real user via like their Twitter account. Maybe the Twitter, you have to be following a certain person on Twitter. It can do that. Maybe you have to have a certain role or join a Discord or have a certain role in a Discord. It can verify that. It can verify your balance within your wallet. So some projects say, hey, you have to have 0.1, 0.25, or even like the Bugatti one, you had to verify that you had over 3 ETH in your wallet. So that's what this tool does. From a creator's pass standpoint, that's what it was useful for. That's what we're used to using pre-mint for. Now, what pre-mint has said is they're kind of double dipping in a way. Like they've made their money from creator passes, but now they're saying, hey, we have so much data and potential opportunities for people who use our site. Let's sell that access to them. So it's kind of like healthcare software in a way, right? Because healthcare software, it sells to the insurance providers, and they also sell that same those dashboards and tools and analytics to the medical providers like hospitals and physicians. So they're kind of like double dipping. They're playing both sides of the field. That's what pre-mint is going to do. I use that kind of as FUD and kind of as awareness, because I want people to know like that's what they're doing. Am I still buying the pre-mint collector pass? Probably, right? Like I think it's ridiculously high. I don't think this thing should be anywhere near 0.25, but that's just my opinion. I'm not talking bad about the founder or the creator or anybody else. Like I personally think it's way too high for a 10K collection of just a pass, because that is going to be like 2,500 ETH, which is roughly like 7.5 million at the moment. For a tool that really has no custom APIs that I know of. It's just, again, like a grouping, an aggregation of existing APIs out there, and then a basic UI UX. So I don't think it's worth 7.5 million. I think it's easily replicatable. I don't think that there's anything proprietary about it. And for that reason, I'm out. No, I'm actually still in, but that's because I think it'll still be worth it. The 0.25, if that unlocks, because when you go to pre-mint, the only path that we have to using pre-mint right now is when our existing communities tell us they have an opportunity upcoming for a pre-mint, or an upcoming collection says, hey, visit this pre-mint. What paying 0.25 is going to get you now is a calendar of things. Plus, not only that, but it's going to tell you in your face when you log into pre-mint, that dashboard is going to say, hey, because of your holdings, because of your ETH balance, because of your Discords that you're in, because of the roles that you have, because of the existing collections or NFTs that you have, these are all the projects that you're eligible for to enter into a raffle, enter into a FIFO system, enter into an allow list. So that's going to be given to you, which is going to be huge, right? So 0.25, let's say you use it for 2 weeks and you get 2 allow lists, you mint those, then you 3x your money, and it's 0.5, 0.75. Technically now the pre-mint collector pass is already covered, right? You've already made your money back. So that's for me, that's why I'm still gonna buy, because I understand the value, I understand the benefits, but I just think that it's unfortunate that at the moment this is really only one of 2 platforms out there like this, and that they're going to get so much money. Hey, GG's, congrats to the creators, to the founders of that team. Go get your bag. But if I were investing in this company, or like, I would not say it's worth 7.5 mil. That's all I'm saying. If you want the link to this pre-mint registration, they're using their own site, right? Makes sense. All you have to do is sign up with the wallet address, and you're entered into the raffle for 10,000 spots. I think 2 days ago they already had 22,000 people sign up for the collector pass, so it was already a 1 in 2 chance. It's probably a lot lower than that now. but I would say get in if you want. If you have multiple wallets set up already, don't go crazy. If you don't have them set up, don't bother. But if you already have multiple wallets configured, you can just do that, like sign up. It's not a big deal. I'm not saying this isn't financial advice, but I will be purchasing. Underrated is adding this mint date to Google Calendar. I have been reminded for important mints because I've used this, by the way. For example, you can see the list that I've joined using pre-mint, actually. So these are all the pre-mints that I've joined before with this account. All right, I think that is it. There's some high-level stats. So pre-mint has been used for over 1,800 projects. We've had over 1.5 million entries, and that's over 400,000 unique wallets registered. So roughly for every wallet that has been registered, they've signed up for 4 projects allow this somehow. Anyways, that's going to be April 1st. Hopefully it's not a rug for April Fools. But wait, there was a Genie's drop today? No. Anyways, yeah, if you guys don't have any questions or whatever, anything to bring up, any other news, I think that's going to do it. I enjoyed talking to you guys. Thank you all for showing up, showing out again. Prayers out to Tagline Michael Johnson. That's our usual co-host. So if you're new here, it's not usually me. It's usually 2 people, me and Michael Johnson, which is otherwise known as Tagline, aka Whale. There's typically a lot more structure. I came on live today because we haven't been live in a week. Tagline went to a New York City trip. He came back. He wasn't feeling too well, so I had to hop on solo. But yeah, shout out to Tagline. Hope he gets better real soon, because we all miss him. So the plan will be to have our normal stream, on Monday. So, all right, I guess that's it. I'm probably gonna hop in the Discord with you guys, by the way. We'll stream like some F1 or like some games and whatnot. So if you're not in the Discord, that's not NFA Discord. That's the Schillerverse Discord, which is just discord.gg/Schiller, SCHILLER. That's where you can find us hanging out in voice chat all the time. So I'll circle back up with you guys over there. So yeah, again, much appreciated. Everybody that's followed, everybody that's subbed, everybody that's shared the stream. Hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. And as always, be your own alpha. Yo, peace.